Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Today, it's all about one thing. It's all about the Power Ranking NHL by your coach, Coach Frenchy. So don't go nowhere. Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your coach, Coach Frenchy, back and the Bell Center, Montreal Canadian, for what? For another Power Ranking NHL by your coach, Coach Frenchy, weekly number 12 so far this year. And I just want to remind you how this works. So we do our Power Ranking from Monday to Sunday. Many does usually Sunday to Saturday. But we believe because the season is a short season, we're changing and we do from Monday to Sunday. So sometimes some team have 5 games on the weeks. Most have 4, some have 3, and some have 2 because during the weeks, team have a break for 4 days and a break of 1 week. That's how it works. So anyway, I just want to show how this works. But before we start, I just want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also Facebook page under what? Hockey Nation Live Show. So that's how it works. And finally, I want to remind you, we have a daily show Monday to Friday at 11 o'clock with my co-host, Michael Delivano, under YouTube channel, Hockey Nation Live Show. So let's start to go with the Power Ranking of the weeks. And number 31 this week is the Anaheim Ducks. They dropped a 1 position. That's the first time of the year they got number 31, and they are 1-2-0. And it's a team struggle with injuries. Now they get back. Backall, Gibson is back. They play a little bit better, but not good enough. And, it's a team right now. I don't see anything else to finish last in that division or West Division. And will it be interesting if they're going to make some trades during the deadline? But remember, Anaheim, they never trade since 2006 during the trade deadline. Number 30, this is the worst for the New Jersey this year. I dropped them before. They are 1-3-0. I'm hard on them. I know they could be higher, but I just want to see. I don't, they trade Kyle Palmieri, Travis Zajac. So they go with lower, not lower, with more prospect. And I think right now they are rebuilding this team. And I think Tom Fitzgerald give up on the rest of the year for them. Number 29, this is one rare bad weeks for Ottawa. 0-4-0, and maybe because they're not playing in Montreal, just kidding. But they got from 26-29, just a bad week in their system. And I'm sure they're going to be active during the trade deadline for a couple of players. But that's what they got this week, to be honest with you. So hopefully the special goaltending is not very great over there. A lot of injuries for them. The Los Angeles Kings have maybe a good weeks, the last couple of weeks. 2-2-0. I jumped them off 2. It's the team going to be at the bottom with the West Division. It's the team with San Jose, Anaheim. And they struggle each other. There's not consistency over there. It's up and down season. But again, I think players like Kopitar, Drody, and then they have a good year so far over there, but they're not good enough to be higher. Here we go. First time for the Detroit from the 31 to 27 in the last 5 weeks. It's a team impressive, to be honest with you, with not much talent. They're still hanging there. Steve Eisenman do a great job behind as a general manager. They make a lot of trade at the deadline. We're going to talk about trade at the deadline next video. But good performance at Detroit for the last 5 weeks. I give them a boost. They deserve it. And congrats to the Red Wings. Number 26, I jumped for 27 to 26. Columbus Blue Jacket, 1-2-0. They trade Savard, Foligno. They got a lot of good pick. They gave up. They lost Werenski for the rest of the year. It's a team not going to go higher. That 25, I believe, for the rest of the year. They're going to be at the bottom of the Central Division. And unfortunately, it's over for them. I don't see they can come back and make the playoff this year. San Jose Sharks 1-2-0. I dropped them off 2. And, you know, that's maybe another team with inconsistency. They can beat anybody, and then suddenly the next easy game, and they lost. And that's what had been there since the beginning of the year. Great performance in Matt Jones the last 2 weeks. They trade David Dapnik to Colorado. They trade Noah Zen also during the trade deadline. But it's a team right now don't go nowhere. Congratulations, amazing Buffalo Sabre. Coach, you put them 24. I know. I just gave them a very good boost because they jumped for 4. Yet, listen, for many weeks, they never performed 18 last straight, and they're doing very well for the last 2 weeks. We want to give them a little bit some love, and they deserve this to be at 24. They trade Brendan Montour, Taylor Hall, and during the last couple hours, and we'll see how they're going to react. But, you know, I'm sure they're going to go down at some point. The Calgary Flame, it was their weeks off, and they play without for at least 4 days. They are 1-1-0. They beat the Edmonton Oilers. Is it great? Is it good for them to turn around to be stronger? We'll see how they're going to react. It's another team with inconsistency. They trade Dave Riddich. They trade Sam Bennett. And so that's happening with Calgary Flames. The Chicago Blackhawks, number 22, higher for 2-1-0. Struggled for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They are out of the playoff right now, fighting again with Nashville at that moment and Dallas. And we'll see what's happening with them. But good weeks overall for them, 2-1-0. And then Patrick Kane just continues night after night, game after game to perform for Chicago. And they make a lot of trade over there. They lost, it's unbelievable what Chicago did. Stan Bowman, to be honest with you. We can talk about them. They have too many players. Team struggled last week, 1-3-0, drop of 3 after a good weeks. And to be, in the content there to make the playoff, they're still there. But they lost a lot of good game, again, a good team. And I think that will hurt them a long term. So they're fighting with St. Louis Blues right now. So it'll be interesting if Coyotes can turn around. It was not active during the trade deadline. The Vancouver Canucks, of course, I dropped them off 1. It's not because, they did not play, but other teams was better last week. So I dropped them off 1 spot. And we heard right now they're supposed to be back on the ice at that moment. We do this video. They should be playing next weekend. So it's a story we have to follow up with the Vancouver Canucks. They was a little bit active. They trade Adam Gaudette to the Chicago Blackhawks against Ilmore. Number 19, the Dallas Star, better weeks, 2-1-0. They jump on 1 spot. Again, the words inconsistency or consistency, whatever you call it, they are who they are. Sometimes, some night you're excited about them, and the next night you're not. Hans have an amazing, great weeks this week. He's the 3rd star of the weeks for the NHL. A great performance for him. But Star need to step up if they want to get higher and higher and make the playoff. Number 18, the St. Louis Blues. Great weeks this week. Jump of 3. They start to turn around everything. We'll see what's happening. Tarasenko have a better week. They jump of 3 spot. Overall, they're gaining there. Bennington have a good weeks. And we'll see what they're going to do on the West Division. They are right now, in the race with the Arizona Coyotes to finish 4th. We know at the top is now Minnesota, Vegas, and Colorado. So really where they need to be. The last one here for the number 17, their same spot, is the New York Rangers, 2-1-1. Great performance overall for them. Continues to fighting, compete with the Philadelphia Flyers on the 6th now in the East Division. And they play well. The last couple of weeks, and Panarin is on fire, and the rest of the team looking good. So good performance overall. Lafreniere stepped up a little bit more with Capo. So it's great to see the youngest prospect over there step up for the New York Rangers. Number 16, the Philadelphia Flyers, another team with no consistency. I lead them at 16, but they are the bottom to go down now. 2-2-1. Good game against one team, and then a bad team They play not very good. Inconsistency, not only the goaltending. Right now, I think Carter Hart and Elliott do better in front of the net. It's just overall as the team together, they cannot to play at the level they played before. So they have to find a way, but I don't see them in the playoff anymore because Boston's doing well. The Montreal Canadiens 1-3-0, dropped them at one spot. Coach, you can put it lower. Yes, I could. But I think it's just a slump during the year. I think they deserve to get where they're at right now. This is the team's going to be at their best 14, at the worst 18. They are in the middle of the package and the NHL right now. And Jake Allen is, go regulate because they lost Carey Price and also Brendan Gallagher. They make 3 trade. They lost Victor Mete on the waiver list, but he got Eric Stahl, Merrill, and Gustafsson for the Flyers. Nashville just continues what they do for the last 3 weeks. 2-1-0. Every week they step up. Every week they're doing great. And they get up Hopper in the Central Division. They're going to fight against Chicago to get that spot number 4. And I think they're going to be fine. Nashville did not do anything major for the trade deadline. The Boston Bruins are where they are right now. 2-2-1. Great performance at the beginning of the weeks, and then they struggle at the end of the weeks. I think for them is where they're going to finish is number 4 in the East Division. But everybody moved on the trade deadline of the East Division. I'm talking about Taylor Hall got traded to the Boston Bruins with Curtis Lazar, and also they make another trade with Ottawa for Mike Riley. So Boston will see what happening with those players. Bad weeks for the Florida Panthers. It's not happened a lot during the year. We have number 12 weeks. I'll be honest with you. That's maybe their second weeks of the year. They struggle most of the week. They are 0-3-0. 3 loss right now. They lost against Dallas last game. 2 games against Carolina where it was so important game. They struggled against Carolina since the beginning of the year. And a lot of players, Venetro, Orvis, Huberdeau, are off right now. Only Barkov is doing well for them. It's a jump drop of 4 spot. And number 11, not a bad weeks for them. Just last 2 games. They are 1-2-1. At the end of the day, it's better to nothing. But they dropped at 2. And I see them between 10 and 13 at the end of the year. That's the team I believe they will be. And I think that's what they should be. So nothing major for them at the trade deadline. I don't see anything else, to be honest with you. But we'll see what the next for them. The number 10 is the Pittsburgh Penguins. 3-1-0. Great weeks for the Pens. They don't move up and down here. Give them the same spot. They trade for Jeff Carter for the Los Angeles Kings. That bit surprised me. But I think it's a good pick for them. Jason Zucker is back in the lineup for a couple of games now. Malkin is back on the ice. The team could be some damage. Not sure they can be big damage against Islanders and Washington Capitals. Talking about the Islanders, they are number 9 this week. Another great week. Pittsburgh, they jump from 12 to 9. They are 3-1-0. The team should be at the top 8 at the end of the power ranking at the end, I believe. They trade a big trade with Kyle for the Devils, for Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac. I think that's a big plus. And also they got Coburn for the Ottawa Senator for depth as the defenseman. So I think for them, it will be interesting how they're going to act against the Washington Capitals at the end of the season if they can finish first in the East Division. The great weeks for the Winnipeg Jets, 3-0-0. They beat a couple of good teams, Edmonton, and they battled for second and third in the North Division with Edmonton. To be honest with you, I gave them a 3 good spot. They was low. First time was out of the top 10 this year, and but that's what they should be. Between 8 to 10, they only make a small trade. Jordy Ben for the Vancouver for the Winnipeg Jets. Number 7, Edmonton Oilers 2-1-1. They are what they should be. Surprised me. Not big trade for Ken Holland, the manager for the Edmonton. Another great weeks for McDavid and Tressal overall. and they beat the Montreal Canadiens. But at the end, I think Edmonton have to get better on the goaltending. They did not do it. So I'm not sure if Ken Allen make a good decision there. Number 6 is the Washington Capitals. Difficult weeks, 2-2-0. You hard coach. Yes, I am. They are dropped a 3 spot. The team in front of them they're doing very well right now. So I could not put them where at number 3, to be honest with you. Overall, Ovechkin continues to score night after night. They make a big trade. They got Anthony Manta for the Red Wings, Detroit Red Wings. The biggest trade in the deadline happening with Washington for Anthony Manta. They gave Vrana, Panic, and 2 great solid first-round pick to Detroit. The Tampa Bay Lightning, just see where they at, 2-1-0. It's a team right now, don't play at the level they should play, but I'm not worried about them. Now Stamkos is out on the lineup. They make another mega trade with the Columbus Blue Jackets in Detroit, and they got David Savard with them. Number 4, a 2 jump for the Carolina Hurricanes, 2-0-1 last week. Good performance overall. They beat 2 times the Florida Panthers, and that's make a big difference to stay them on the top of the Central Division with the Tampa Bay Lightnings. Not big chance over there during the trade deadline, but we'll see what they're going to do until the end of the season, if they are possible for them to finish first. And number 3, with a great 3-1-0 this week, come back the team they should be after they struggled the weeks prior, is the Vegas Golden Knight. Nothing major over there. They trade with Chicago Blackhawks for Jen Mark. And, with the money situation over there, they could not do too much. So they're going to be fine. They are right now fighting for the first place with the Colorado Avalanche. And also, to be sure, Minnesota they don't catch up them at the second place. So Vegas have a good week last week with Leonard Fleury in the net. Finally, the Toronto Maple Leafs got 3-0 last week, beat Montreal Canadiens, and it just continues night after night, game after game, to win. And with great performance, Jack Campbell, they beat the record of most winning by the goaltending at the beginning of the season with 11. Beat Carey Price, he was 10-0-0. Campbell is 11-0-0. The last 10 game, Toronto is 9-0-1. They are on a stretch of 6 W straight. And Austin Matthews have 31 goals, 52 points. And Marner, I can go all the way with them. Just an amazing, great team, to be honest with you. So will be interesting what happening. And finally, team number 1 for the second week straight in NHL Power Ranking from Coach Frenchy. Number 1 is Colorado Avalanche. 3-1-0. I know they lost 1 game overall. They are back number 1 in the West Division with Vegas. And Nathan McKinnon is on fire right now. Just an amazing, great game he got last week for the Colorado. And Rantanen there. They trade for a couple of players. They got Soderbergh, Dumpney from Joe Sakic have a great deadline. And again, but Colorado are really the top best 3 in the NHL, to be honest with you. They're going to be really dangerous. And, they are my team to win the Stanley Cup this year. They're going to be very close and see what they're going to do. So that's conclude, my friend, the Power Ranking 31-1 to NHL from your coach, Frenchy. And I just want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel under Hockey Nation Live Show. And like we like to do at the end of each video, we know what's coming. You have what? Greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great week, everybody. Bonne semaine, mes amis. On se revoit lundi prochain.